everybody, and welcome back to the Spade Life Podcast. I'm here with another special guest. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hello, everybody. What's going on? It is I, DaBoss, official.
So, why don't you go ahead and explain to us what your channel is about?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Well, everybody, in case you didn't know, which you may not, because it's my first time here. Glad to be here, by the way. The stuff that I do on my channel mainly consists of, I do vlogging occasionally, I do Q&As, typical stuff like that. Do some gaming content from time to time, walkthroughs, live streams. Definitely been streaming a lot more lately than what I have in the past several months when I've been doing YouTube. And I do a gaming news show as well, which a lot of people seem to like. So it's basically like interactive content with the viewers as well as some gaming spliced in.
So, quote unquote, would you call yourself a gamer?
A gamer, to be honest, it's different for me because in the past when I first started up doing YouTube, I did a lot of walkthroughs and Let's Plays on the channel. Haven't really completed too many of them, but I would consider myself a very avid gamer, not just on YouTube, but outside of YouTube, because I love a lot of different video games. So I would say the channel is steering back more toward that gaming image while still maintaining the vlogs and everything else that I do.
Now, me personally speaking, isn't that the hardest thing to do to actually, like, when you do a walkthrough, to complete the entire game while recording it?
Yes, actually, if that's the way you or any of your anyone else out there thinks, it is very difficult, to be honest. When I'll give a prime example. I did a Crash 1 walkthrough a while back, I believe early last year, late 2016, something like that. And I got over halfway through the game, but the problem was, when you start a Let's Play, I found in my experience and from seeing other YouTuber friends of mine, when you start a Let's Play, it's hard to dedicate yourselves to completely finishing it, especially when you get stuck on a certain part. It gets to the point where it's not fun for you to record anymore. And I know that your viewers may want to see the whole completed thing, and that's natural. I feel like, if you're going to start the Let's Play, you should at least try to attempt to finish it. But for some people, including me, when I've been live streaming Crash to Insanity, I stopped doing that simply because the last part of the game, before the final boss, I could not get past, and I spent a couple hours of 2 live streams combined trying to get through it, and to no avail. So I think that is an important element to do for your viewers, but overall I can see the frustration of why it may not be completed.
Now, I would think a playthrough of like a live stream would be way more like difficult than like how you record and edit it, because in the live stream people are watching every mistake you make, and you have to keep starting back over, and you can't just edit around that.
That is a very good point. What you're describing actually sounds a lot like what happened with my Twinsanity streams. I had a lot of fun interacting with the viewers. I love doing that sort of thing all the time. That's part of the reason why I live stream as much as I do nowadays. But, like, for that Let's Play, for example, yeah, I didn't edit it. It wasn't shortened down to, around 10 minutes for, an episode. It was literally a couple hours of me playing the game straight. Unfortunately, yeah, when you're streaming compared to filming a Let's Play on your own and editing and then uploading it, when it comes to streaming it live to your viewers, it gets to the point where you feel like you need to stay consistent, that you feel like you can't mess up. And when you know that you have people watching you and you feel under pressure from a part that is completely messing you up, it just messes you up more and more because you start feeling that pressure. And after a while, you don't want to spend too long on a certain part either, and when you keep messing up and it takes 2 hours to get past this one part that you were stuck on, I can definitely see the main difference between streaming the game and recording it and editing on your own.
So, do you stream on YouTube or on Twitch or a little both?
When I stream, I love using Twitch to watch other fellow YouTubers that I know and other YouTubers that I like. I don't stream on Twitch, I stream on YouTube. The reason why I stream on YouTube is it's more convenient for me because my stream schedule, I can do it at certain points during the night, but during the day I'm incredibly busy because, I'm in college and, everything else that comes with life, including maintaining a daily or at least a somewhat daily YouTube video schedule in addition to the live streams. YouTube is more convenient for me to stream, and I feel like comparing the two, YouTube is the place where I've gotten the best reception for interacting with my audience, because again, major reason why I stream. So that's why I mainly stick to YouTube.
How often do you stream?
I used to not stream that often. I was on a couple-month hiatus before, like a couple weeks ago. Nowadays, when I stream, this has been going on for the past 2 weeks, I've been streaming pretty much every night.
Alright, I'm gonna have to try and catch some of your streams and bug you while you're doing stuff.
Trust me, man, you wouldn't be the first. We've done a lot of crazy stuff on the stream so far, and none of it good for me, but everybody else liked it.
How often do you post like regular videos?
For me, it depends. I've been trying to get back into a more consistent video schedule. Like for last week, for example, I uploaded pretty much every single night. But generally, when I don't try to upload every single day, I upload every 2 days. I upload a video, like for this week, for example, I uploaded a video Wednesday and Monday, took a break today and Tuesday, and I didn't upload a video. I'm doing a video tomorrow, and then I'll just repeat the cycle next week. And I know that might not seem as consistent, but it's as consistent as it is to me, because I feel like 2 reasons. One, I'm not pumping out a random video every day. The other day gives me a chance to record other stuff and edit it and make it good for my audience to watch instead of like randomly spewing out a video just to make a video. I don't feel like that's the best thing, and I've seen a lot of YouTubers talk about that as well. And the other thing is, it gives me a chance to share the video a lot more and, maybe get some more reception on it before I actually upload another video the next day.
So in terms of sharing, like how do you go about sharing your videos to a broader audience?
The way that I do that is I do different collaborations. I feel like, that can help expand your audience as well, in addition to meeting a whole bunch of cool people. Generally, for sharing my content, I'm not really a Twitter user that much, and I feel Twitter hasn't really done me much luck in the past. The best social media that I've used to share my videos are Facebook. There's a ton of YouTube groups. They are more effective than what people give them credit for, because there is a ton of people constantly going in and out every single day, every week. And there's a lot of them to get involved with, to share your content, and I've met a lot of my YouTube friends through Facebook, and I've gained a majority of my audience through there as well.
Cool. Now I'm trying to think of another random question. This happens from time to time when my brain goes blank after I've come up with like 5 questions in a row. It's called the filler time. So, where are you from?
I live in the United States for the country, and for the state, I'll say this: I live in Maryland on the East Coast. That's kind of the time frame that also operates when I stream.
How is Maryland?
Oh, it's actually a good place to live, honestly. The weather here is nice, especially where I live. I live out in the country. Beautiful weather whenever it's spring, summer, and even fall. Winter, it sucks, though. Unfortunately, it's a trade-off, because when it snows, it snows. But when it melts, generally, it's alright. And I prefer spring to fall weather. Winter weather, I'm not a big fan of.
Alright. No, I don't think anybody really... Once you get a certain age, I think everyone starts to hate winter.
Yeah, because when I was a kid, I was born like a couple days before Christmas. And I loved snow when I was a kid. I would always hope for like a white Christmas. Nowadays, the snow can stay away. Not a fan of it now.
How does that work with your birthday and Christmas? Like, do you get double presents?
Actually, that did work out for me. I know a lot of people normally don't when they're born around there. They end up not getting birthday presents or Christmas presents. For me, that was never an issue from both sides of my family. I got Christmas presents and birthday presents, so it was never really something that impacted me.
That sounds like a nice life.
It was for some of it, to be honest.
All those people who only get either or, you got both.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of beat that rap, so to speak.
So, plans for the future. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years on... Well, let's not even go that far. Where do you see yourself in the next year on YouTube?
The next year, I hope to, again, continue making the content I am. I hope to branch out and expand into other things in the future for other types of videos that I can make. Definitely different editing styles like I've started doing, with more comedy, more informative reviews, and constantly adding and changing things to my videos to better improve myself as a YouTuber. And of course, over the course of the year, build up my channel as much as I can. My ultimate goal is 1,000 subscribers for, I think that's every small YouTuber ultimate goal, until you hit it, and then you're like 2,000 is the next ultimate goal. Then you set little goals here and there in between. Currently, I am 360 away, so, but I have a feeling I will get there at some point, and it's just that drive that keeps you going.
You're pretty up there then if you're that close to 1,000. Congrats on that.
Yeah, thank you. I'm getting there every day. It's just every day.
I wish my channel would start growing that much. That would be pretty nice. But for this
some people say that.
For this channel, for the podcast channel, I have only 14 right now. But I started it.
Oh.
I started it last month, so.
Okay, that's not bad though.
Yeah, that's not bad. And there's only 5 videos up there right now, so I figure
there you go.
After a while they'll start getting more and more, and hopefully the people that I interview have no problem also promoting the podcast.
Nope, I got no problem with that, man. I can, if you want, I'll promote it on social media and whatnot, and I can tell my viewers about it in a video or something. I've done that with other people I've been on YouTube in the past.
Yeah, we work together to help each other, you know. And then when they watch the podcast, they learn more about you than they even knew.
Exactly, and they learn more about the channel, and they maybe even subscribe and become viewers.
And that's how collaboration works.
Exactly. Also, besides just the benefits for the channel, it's just fun. You know, meeting somebody new on YouTube or meeting up again with somebody you did know.
Yeah, let's see, in the last month, I've had hour-long conversations with about 7 or 8 YouTubers now, and I've genuinely liked all of them. So these are people that I've never met before, and some of them are across the country. I talked to this one girl who's from Denmark, and like we're pretty much friends now. So like you meet people that you didn't even know existed, and then you talk to them for an hour about their own life, and you become friends.
Yeah, exactly. I've had that kind of thing too. When I first started out back in 2015, that's when I started taking YouTube more seriously, latter half of 2015. Of course, it wasn't until like 2017 that I started making, I feel, content worth completely watching. Mm-hmm. But aside from that, I've met a lot of really good YouTubers and friends here. I've met people across the country here in the United States. I have friends that are over in other countries. I have a friend over in Turkey that I'm good friends with, and I've known some of these people since 2015. I still talk with them to this day, every now and then. I have friends even up the East Coast where I live. It's just a great thing about YouTube. It's a sense of community, meeting people, even if you've never met them in real life. When you talk with them, like when you do collabs like what we're doing right now, or even just having a casual conversation over Facebook Messenger, it's just that, it's amazing just how many new people you can meet and just how much you can come to like somebody you've never really met face to face.
Yeah, and then you get to that point where maybe you even see them down in your comments saying something. And like,
yeah,
hey,
exactly.
I actually know that person. This is cool.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
So, like, what's your favorite, out of all the type of videos that you do, what's your favorite type to record and put up?
My favorite activity to do on the channel, okay, I'll answer this two-part. My favorite thing to do on the channel right now is definitely my chat and Q&A live streams, where I sit down, I talk with the viewers, I chat with everybody that comes by, I answer questions that they ask me, and the best part is, I've done so many dumb things on these streams for these people that I love them so much. They're amazing fans, they're amazing people, and they've other people that have been to every single live stream that I've had in the past while, and they're just amazing people. And to be honest, besides the streams, my favorite type of video is probably any comedy or skit videos. Like, don't get me wrong, I love doing my gaming news videos, I love doing different vlogs talking about my thoughts and opinions on stuff going on in the world, or YouTube or whatever. I like all the videos that I do, but my favorite is definitely the ones where I can be creative, I can come up with some stupid, funny skit to try and entertain people, and it's just really amazing what you can do when your mind just gets to being creative, especially when you're doing it for an audience.
Yeah, I know how you feel about that. I don't know if you know, but I also do a lot of comedy skits and other things on my main channel. So,
actually, I was not aware of that. I might actually check that out after we're done with the podcast.
I have, like, I don't know, maybe 440 videos on there, and half of them are probably skits.
That's pretty good, man.
Yeah.
That's pretty good for video count.
Yeah, I just keep ranking them out. I try not to throw out trash, but, in the beginning I was doing reactions, so there might be a little bit of trash in there.
I have a YouTube friend who just made a video for 150K subs, and I don't know if he'll ever end up seeing this podcast, but he's a good friend of mine. He's been one of the best YouTube friends that I've had over the past couple of months that I've talked to consistently. I've talked with a lot of others, but he's been the one I've talked to the most, probably anyway. But he celebrated his 150K goal, which I'm happy for him. That is a ton of views, especially for a small channel, because he has almost 500. He's like 4 away from 500 right now.
Nice.
But the thing was with it, I'm not going to say that I didn't like him hitting his goal, because I did, but, a lot of those views came from reaction videos.
Yeah.
And I know the whole subject of reaction videos has been overblown here on YouTube. Every single person and their grandma's made a video on this. And it's been bashed, and it's been ridiculed, and honestly, I don't have a problem with reaction videos. I just don't like the reaction videos where people go and sit there and stare at the screen like, okay, that's the video. If you're going to react to something, give your thoughts and opinions on it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. That was kind of just my thoughts and opinions on that, but that was what a lot of his views were based off of from the past. So, I don't know. I thought I'd mention that quick.
Well, since I started doing reaction videos, like when I used to do them, I tried to just give my honest thoughts and opinions, but after a while just sitting there and doing 4 or 5 of them in a row, I started to get bored doing them. So I tried to spice it up a little bit. A couple of my reaction videos later were I put a skit at the beginning or at the end of it.
Nice.
So just to spice it up a bit. And then I was thinking about doing reaction videos with my green screen behind me and doing something weird with that, but I never got to that part.
And see, those reaction videos are great when you add substance to them, when you're not just sitting there and staring at a video. When you put what you've done. You've done skits and stuff. You've done a lot of things to add substance to the video. That's great. That's the kind of reaction video that's, I feel, in my opinion anyway, maybe people think differently, that's worth watching. That's something that's interesting to the viewer, so that way they're not just seeing someone stare at a screen, but there's someone giving their opinions on what they're watching, somebody who's trying to add, again, substance to that video. And it's just an amazing thing how creative you can get, even with things like reaction videos.
Yeah. I think if somehow I could figure out the YouTube, I forget the word that they use all the time. The
algorithm?
Yeah, the algorithm of YouTube, and get my videos actually watched. I think so many people would like my sense of humor in my videos.
That's, my friend, that has been a thing debated here on YouTube for a long time. Even YouTube themselves have admitted they have no idea how the algorithm operates anymore. The best ways that people have been trying to find to get their videos done is, there are certain time periods during each day of the week that have been estimated to have the most action time on YouTube and on social media, where people go and share videos and they watch them. And so that's what I've done with some of my videos, and it's actually worked out pretty well. So you could do that for as part as trying to get more attention to your channel. And another thing is I don't know, pay attention to trending content and stuff was another piece of advice that was constantly given. Make a video on that or something. It's just the algorithm's weird, and if YouTube themselves don't understand it, I don't know how the creators will.
It's like trying to catch a unicorn.
Yeah, exactly.
It's out there somewhere, maybe. You might can catch it, possibly, but it'll probably...
But you can't find it.
Yeah, you'll probably never see it, but there's some people who claim they do, and then they get 1 million subscribers, so maybe they found the unicorn.
Who knows, maybe.
I need to find that unicorn. I feel like I got maybe hours upon hours, maybe even days of watchable videos that people would really enjoy, but I need to find that freaking unicorn first.
Yeah, and then once you hit that sweet spot, it might last for a little while, but once you hit it, there's no really going back. That way maybe you can secure the channel a little bit.
Oh no, once I hit it, I'm stuck there. Then I gotta pump out more quality content.
Exactly.
So right now, I'm kind of in the safe zone. I could throw out some crap tomorrow. Nobody's even going to see it. But once I get up there and then I throw out crap, I'm going to hear about it.
Mm-hmm. And that's kind of the thing where I agree with you now, especially with the channel bigger than what it was for a little while. Because I feel like, well, first off, for me personally, I don't feel like I can just throw out garbage content like I used to. I used to back in like 2016, 2015, and a lot of my videos from that period are cringy, but they're history on the channel, so I would never delete them, because it's like the look of my evolution here on YouTube, and I think that can be said for every YouTuber. Every YouTuber's first videos are probably pretty bad, but it's history for the channel to see how well you've grown here on the website. But the thing is, though, with that, when it comes to trying to get more attention to your channel, when it comes to putting out content that's worth watching, when you're small, like you said, you can put out anything, nobody will care. But once you start bringing an audience, you can't just throw out anything.
Yeah.
It's a different world.
I never understood why some, like, YouTubers, like, once they start getting somewhere, they start deleting their really old videos. Like, people who watch you might want to go back and see where you started.
Yeah, exactly. And, I mean, to be honest, I don't get that either. Because maybe, like, they feel embarrassed of it. Like, when they have a big audience, they don't want people to go back and think any less of them. Or they don't want people to think that they're, like, an idiot or something for the stupid stuff they did early on. But who cares? That's early. That was you then. First off, that was the person that you were then when you were acting like, when you started doing these videos. It's history to your channel. It shows your viewers, in a way, the evolution of, compared to you back in, like, a couple years ago, to you now as a YouTuber. And I don't understand that. Plus, it deletes views off your channel anyway, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, show people where you came from. Be proud of that. That's where you started,
Exactly.
And you're here now. You had to start from somewhere. You might as well let people see where you started from. It's not like they're going to go back and see your old videos and unsubscribe to you, because they obviously subscribe to the stuff that you're doing now. So why would they unsubscribe for old things that you used to do?
Yeah, so, like, why would the old stuff impact you? Or, like, impact your viewers' opinions of you?
If anything, it would make them love you more, because you're human just like them.
Mm-hmm. And just showing how much of a better YouTuber or person you become.
Yeah. So, like, on your live streams, like, what's the minimum of people you might get on a stream?
Lately, in the beginning, when I started streaming, a lot of my streams were pretty garbage in the beginning. The camera angle was off, the graphics were terrible when I tried to stream gaming, and I didn't have the internet at the time to actually sustain a decent live stream in terms of graphics quality and having it not crash on me. Also, I was pretty inexperienced back then as well. Even, like, I could even say that about myself a year ago when I tried streaming different games and whatnot. And it wasn't until about a couple months ago that my streams started picking up, if you want me to be absolutely honest. It's actually till recently. The minimum amount of people that I usually end up getting on a stream, depending, because, like, I do stream late at night where I am. About 10 to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when I normally try and stream on my channel.
This creepy. Editing this part out.
I just feel viewers as well, just simply due to the fact that it is later. But the average amount of people I normally get on my streams are about, I would say, minimum about 6 to 10 people, depending on the night, and multiple people, and, like, that's constant viewers that come. Like, those are, like, the regular people that are there for every stream. And there are a ton of people that are on the channel, or even people that even come across it on YouTube, that just casually tune in and watch the stream. And it's always fun. And that's why I was never a big streamer before I actually started enjoying streaming. I'll put it to you that way. And that's why I'm building up the streams more and more every time I upload a video or I advertise it on social media.
So, what's the craziest thing they've had you do on your stream?
There has been, the craziness started earlier this week, when I started doing my chat and live Q&A streams, more and more frequently when I started doing them every night. The very first night that I started kicking off my chat and Q&A streams was my audience coerced me into singing Gucci Gang live on stream. I'm not kidding. I despise the song so much, but you know what? Since all of you were asking me to do it, and I don't even remember how it came up on stream. I'm pretty sure somebody mentioned Octavio. If you're watching, I'm gonna blame you, man. But yeah, the funny thing is, I said, you know what? If we get 10 likes on this stream, I will sing Gucci Gang. It skyrocketed to almost 20, so I had to do it. So, and I'm a man of my word. I said, you know what? I'm gonna do it, and I did. And it was interesting. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't very good at it because I had never listened to the song beforehand, and I really don't like the song at all. That was the first craziest thing. The past 3 crazy things that I can recall from the streams were all drink mix combinations, and they were pretty disgusting. I willingly did the last one. The other 2 I was kind of coerced into as well. First thing I did was mix sweet tea and chocolate syrup and try that on stream. It was disgusting.
That sounds disgusting.
I tried some Bean Boozled after that. It was also disgusting because I ended up getting the dog food flavor out of that box, so not a good combination. The second crazy drink combination that I ended up doing was a combination of milk, eggnog, and sweet tea. It was also terrible.
Why is it always
just
sweet
recently,
tea?
I don't claim to understand it fully myself, man. And just last night, I've heard of a thing, I brought it up on stream, a thing called chocolate eggnog. Now, it is an actual product. I haven't seen it personally, but it is a thing. Eggnog is just chocolate flavored. Well, lo and behold, I got the bright idea, like, hey, let's try and make it on stream, since we've already done a couple of crazy drink combinations already. So I took some eggnog and mixed some chocolate syrup into it. And you know what the result was? It was like drinking wet cement. It's so thick, creamy, and it does not taste good when you mix it manually. So that wasn't fun, and it was disgusting. But yeah, those are some of the crazy things that we've done on those streams thus far. There's probably going to be even more stuff, knowing my viewers and myself.
Your stomach must love you for these streams.
No, it did not. Especially, the worst one was the second night when I mixed together the milk and eggnog and tea. That was the worst one, and it tasted awful.
Oh no! Once those likes get you to do things, you're destroyed.
Exactly. I mean, like, they nailed me the first time, and then we just started doing more and more crazy stuff from there. I may end up streaming tonight after the podcast is over. So, who knows? Maybe something else will happen tonight.
Don't be surprised if you see Spade Life Entertainment entering your live stream.
Well, if I see you there, man, then that'd be cool. That'd be great, honestly. That way you can see firsthand all the craziness my frequent viewers get into with me.
How long do you usually stream for?
Usually I try to aim my streams about an hour to an hour and 30 minutes. It really depends, depending on how I feel during the night. Also depends if I have anything going on, like in the morning, for example, like if I have to get up early for school or something like that. But normally it's about an hour, between an hour and 30 minutes, somewhere in there.
So, okay, you've been on podcasts before, right? So,
I've been on several podcasts.
So, how long normally do podcasts go that you've been on?
Typically, it really depends. Podcasts that I personally been on have gone on for almost an hour, basically like 40-some minutes. My friend Goof Norton, he's the one that I've done the most with, and we've done podcasts ranging from almost an hour to an hour and 30 minutes. And I'm a co-host on another podcast, not a podcast channel, on another channel of a friend of mine known as Smelly Cheese. Yes, that's his actual channel name. And I'm a co-host on the Trash Talk podcast over there. And the episodes over there typically run to almost about an hour. Not really over that too often, but about an hour.
You know something funny? I'm actually subscribed to Goof Norton.
Are you really?
Yeah, I am.
Man, he's been a YouTube buddy of mine since 2015. I've known him for a while.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, wow, good coincidence.
Yeah. Every time I get someone on here and I'm like, it's an hour-long podcast, nobody ever seems to be like, wow, that's a long time. Like, usually I end up going over an hour, and then I'm like, all right, we kind of passed our hour, and they're like, oh, thought it's only been like 20 minutes or something. Like, I've seen other podcasts, and I've seen a couple that go like 15, 20, 30 minutes, and I'm like, that's really not long enough to talk to someone to get to know them.
Yeah, especially when you have a guest on, it would have to be about almost an hour, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the appropriate amount of time to... If you're going to have a lengthy discussion for a podcast, that would probably be the best amount of time to do it, not like 15 minutes.
Yeah, I've seen, I forget, it's Tazzy Hole. He does podcasts, and he does a lot of podcasts, but like when I first started doing podcasts, I was looking at other YouTubers who do podcasts, and his are like 15, 20 minutes. They're pretty short podcasts. And he's had a guest on there that was actually my first guest ever, and their interview was like maybe 15 minutes, and I was like, I gotta do this interview longer than that.
Yeah, exactly. Like
it was the same person, because it was the very first one, so it was that same person, and she told me she was on his, so I was like, I gotta get longer than that, and that's when the whole hour came up, because we ended up talking for an hour. So I'm like, all of my podcasts are going to be an hour now. That's the thing. If they go over an hour, that's even better.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's just like a great amount of time to even just go and talk with somebody, to be honest.
Yeah. Learn a lot in an hour. Sometimes I've learned some very strange things in an hour.
Mm-hmm. Whether it be stories or just getting to know somebody's personality or something like that.
Yeah, and also, when I talk to someone for an hour, and like, it makes me want to go watch their channel more. Like, if you hear someone talking about themselves for an hour, it's like, that person seems interesting. I want to see what they do. So now, I'm probably going to go watch your channel after this.
Well, if you look back through the videos, you'll see a lot of different skit videos I've done, as well as some assorted gaming videos and whatnot. If you're looking for something to break yourself into the comedy portion of it, look back through, you'll be able to tell which comedy videos there are on there. I've done a couple different ones. Ones that do you want some suggestions to look at if you really want to get a feel of my comedy?
Sure.
Alright, let me take a look here for a second to find the best ones, because I've done, over the past long while that I've been here on YouTube, I've done it was until recently that I actually started doing more and more of them. So, ones that I recommend getting into are DB News, a Scarce parody, any of the 3 YouTube channel reviews I've done of fellow YouTube friends of mine, and yes, those are all skit videos, but they're really fun to make. I did a video on how not to do ASMR. Let me see here. I did, things you can do for a YouTube video, which was one of my more popular skits that I made 3 months ago. And the thumbnail is me pouring milk on myself, don't ask. And the biggest skit hit that I have, the DaBoss anime Chapter 1, and I have yet to make Chapter 2 yet, that's coming out this summer. Everyone loved it. It got way better reception than I thought, and it's becoming a reoccurring skit series here on the channel, where I do funny and stupid stuff on my journey to make the perfect anime, and I just include a lot of stuff from other YouTubers. And I've already have clips from 2 other YouTubers that I never really met before that are going to be in the video.
Nice.
So it's just really cool. There's some quick suggestions for you.
Alright. That's also quick suggestions for everybody listening.
I mean, yeah, I guess for the viewers too, if they really want to go check it out.
Yeah. But, so, like, skits and stuff, and the comedy stuff, man, if you ever need somebody, I'm right here, and I'd always
I'd be down to collab or anything with you. If you want me to collab with you, or if I need somebody too for that kind of thing, I'll let you know.
Alright. See, I always want to collab with people, but then it's like, you gotta make sure you mesh well with that person before you collab with them, or else you get a terrible collab.
Yeah, exactly. You don't really want to end up with somebody who just makes the video boring or drawn out, or forbid terrible and cringy for your viewers.
Yeah, you also don't want them to be funnier than you are.
Oh, you never know. You never know.
The last one was a joke. They can be funny too. It's okay.
Exactly.
It's not all about me. It's about everybody. But
It's about...
So what are you doing in school?
I am in college right now. Currently, I'm finishing up my first year. And next month, that'll mark the end of my first year. I am a history major going into social science. My aim is to become either a history teacher in a high school or a professor at a college.
Nice. So you're gonna be that really funny teacher that everybody likes.
Absolutely. My English teacher in high school was like that, and he's the one that inspired me to love my job, have a job that at least will sustain me and a potential family one day, and more importantly, having fun with my students and not being a boring teacher that stands in the classroom and talks the entire time while everyone falls asleep.
Yeah, I hate boring teachers. That's probably the worst thing ever when you go into class and the teacher is just extremely boring.
Exactly.
So, let's dive into something weird. Well, not necessarily weird, but you said you do video game reviews?
I have, actually. I just did one Wednesday.
And what was that on?
Crash Twinsanity. And that was the one where I added a lot more comedy into the review instead of just sitting at my desk and talking about it. I talked about it, but I added a lot more comedy into it.
See, I've seen, like, game reviews. Like, I watched Angry Joe Show. Like, he'll normally have, like, a little weird, corny skit at the beginning that's meant to be corny. But it'll be, like, a skit at the beginning of the review. And then he'll go into the review, and then, like, he'll, like, show bloopers of the skit at the end of the review. Like, I like those kind of reviews. It's not bad when people review things and they're just, like, they tell you about it. And then that's the end. They give their rating and it's over. Because sometimes those are informative and they're good. But I also like to laugh at things.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the way that I could see a good review video, like you mentioned, someone that talks about the game and gives a fair rating on it and just doesn't bash it because they were terrible at it. Yet they add comedy into it and make it a video worth watching instead of somebody just being boring the entire time. Because nobody really wants to watch those.
Yeah. So, is that a good game before I watch your review on it?
I'll put it to you this way. You'll see a lot more from my reactions if you watch the video, but I'll tell you this much. I like the fact that it has a lot more comedy into it, and I think that if you just play it occasionally, as a shorter game, because the game only takes you like 4 hours to beat, 4 to 6 it's been estimated, but it's not that long. The main problem with it is there are so many BS moments that kill you instantly, especially in the final stage when you're in the 10th dimension, and you have to go and fight 2 evil parrots that Cortex accidentally created when he was trying to create his animal army. It is full of so many pitfall traps. It is full of so many laser grids. You have to navigate robotic ants. You have to avoid lava monsters as well in there for some reason. And the worst part is at the end, you have to unlock the final door to get into the bosses, right? Well, you have 2 energy balls that you have to hit over a one-hit kill infinite pit that you have to hit over to the next platform, and you can't do it unless you slide it over. The problem is, it's almost impossible to do without falling off yourself, or actually getting the ball over. Because I've gotten the ball over there so many times on the streams, and I ended up falling to my death. It was so bad, it took me hours to try and beat it, and I didn't. I got stuck at that part every time, so that's why I was like, screw it, not doing this game anymore. And that's why I gave it a nice, solid 5 out of 10.
I was thinking about maybe playing that when you mentioned it, and then you just made it sound extremely difficult. So now I'm rethinking my decision.
The game, if you haven't played it yet, I would recommend picking it up and trying it out. Maybe you'd have a different opinion than me. It's just the way that the game's designed for a lot of the difficulty parts of it are so stupid. That's just my opinion on it, though.
That sounds like a rage game to me.
Oh, it is definitely a rage game for a couple different areas.
So are you more, when you play games, are you more PC or Xbox or PlayStation?
Definitely more console-oriented. I've played PC a couple times, but to be honest, I prefer console over like PC gaming any day. For me, I have a lot more consoles than I do PC games in my Steam library, and the more important thing is I love the PC games, like classic games from the PS1 era, and I love a lot of the newer games on the consoles, and I just prefer them compared to PC.
So, are you PS4 or Xbox One?
Well, I don't own a PS4, but I hope to get one day because there are a lot of games that I have that I would love to play on it. But so right now, probably Xbox One.
Well, when you do get this PS4, I'm going to tell you what I tell everybody who gets a PS4. If you're going to get a game, get The Last of Us. So you can cry and kill zombies at the same time.
Wow.
It's a very, very emotional yet beautifully done game. Like it has some deep moments in it.
I've actually heard good things about that game, so that's a pretty good suggestion to get for the console when I end up getting it.
Yeah, I think it won an award for like best new game when it first came out, or game of the year or something. So it's a pretty good game.
I'm sure it did. Like, oh yeah, that sounds like it's a great game.
Graphics are beautiful. The story is incredible. The characters, you feel like you know them after a while. It's very good. So what are you on like television aspect? Do you watch a lot of Netflix or?
I didn't used to watch a bunch of Netflix, but I can tell you this much. I've been getting to Netflix a lot more since I just got it in my house recently. So I will definitely be watching a lot of different Marvel movies and whatnot on Netflix.
I'm gonna give you another suggestion. You should watch.
All right, go.
You should watch a show series called Black Mirror. I'm starting to do. You what?
I'm saying I've heard of it, but I've never watched it.
Yeah, you should give it a go. It's a show. I'm gonna tell you that. It's a trippy show. Like, if you ever seen Twilight Zone or anything like that, that'd be your kind of show. But I just started doing like little 5-minute reviews on season 4 of that show. So my first one's up today, episode 1 of that. But yeah, I liked it so much that I started doing reviews on it.
Well, that sounds pretty good then, man. I might actually go and check. Since I have Netflix now, I could definitely go and check it out.
Yeah, it's 4 seasons of it, and there's only one episode that like made me angry. It wasn't a bad episode. It's just the thing about the episode just made me. I'm not gonna spoil it for you at all, but it's in season 4, so you got a long way to go before you get there. But
yeah,
it made me so angry of this character's choices that I wanted to punch the character. But they got what they were supposed to get towards the end, so I was happy. And it's always like things happen and you think you know what's going on, and then it like flips you on your head immediately. Like, you thought that's what was happening, but that's not what's happening.
Wow, it actually sounds like one of those. Actually, sounds like a really good show then.
Yeah,
just based off of everything you just described.
It's a thinker type show. Like, you're trying to figure it out, but then maybe you can figure it out. But sometimes episodes get you like, that's not even close to what this is about. But it's all good.
Nice, that's good.
So yeah, I suggest to everyone listening to go watch Black Mirror, all 4 seasons on Netflix. And this is not sponsored, but I wish it was.
That'd be great, honestly.
I wish to get sponsors one day. That would be like the coolest thing in the world, to have people paying me to do things.
Actually, I mean, I can agree with that, especially for every small YouTuber out there. I technically have a sponsor, I just haven't sponsored them that much, because the guy never got back to me. But I did have people from a company that sells like phone cases and jewelry from a website contact me, and I have my own coupon code and everything for the site. I just haven't promoted them in a couple of months. The guy never got back to me whenever he said he was going to message me back the next day. I made the video, and he never got back to me. And I never really got around to sponsoring him after that, so I guess I had the thrill of having that experience for a couple days.
Hey,
the guy never got back to me.
To even get that feeling for a moment would be great. Like, some people wait years and years just to even hear someone contact them for anything. So that's a good one up on you.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, the experience itself can be really good, especially even for a smaller YouTuber. Like, bigger YouTubers, they experience that all the time. But like, small YouTubers, when they get approached by it, it's a big deal.
Yeah. Oh, I have a good question. So, say, I don't know if this has ever happened yet, but say you're walking down the street one day, or you're going to the store, and then you walk past someone, and they're like, hey, I know you. I'm subscribed to your channel. How would you feel at the end of that day? Or how would you feel in that moment, even?
I would feel surprised, first off, if the person just came up to me. But if they introduce themselves, they don't take a picture, they just want to talk for a couple minutes, I'd feel happy knowing that I ran into a fan of my content, and it'd make me feel good at the end of the day, knowing that I not only ran into somebody, but it also just encouraged me to make content even more. Because that's just the kind of thing that, I think would really help anybody, knowing that they met fans that really enjoy their content out in public instead of over a video.
Yeah. And then you get to that point where you go outside one day and you're going somewhere and there's 20 people who notice you. Then you lose your freaking mind.
Exactly.
I see it sometime, when people, YouTubers go to conventions and stuff, and there's hundreds of people following them. How does your brain even handle that at the moment without you losing it? That has to be a very incredible sensation.
Exactly.
So, I'm trying to think right now. On your stream that you might do tonight, do you just do mostly the question and answer things, or are you planning on streaming a game?
I do a combination of a lot of things. I answer a lot of questions, but I also just have casual conversations with me and my viewers. And again, sometimes we get into crazy stuff too. That isn't fun for me, but it's fun for everybody else watching.
It's all about them anyway.
Exactly, it's all about the fans, man. But I got some good viewers, and I really enjoy the people that come by the streams.
So, as soon as you start your stream, are these you'll have the same 6 people just automatically pop up, they were just waiting for it?
Actually, yeah, I do. It's happened for the past several streams that I've done. It's been the same people that are... people pop in and out, and there's always new people that come by, and some that even stay for the duration of the stream. But yeah, as far as when I start the stream, it's always the same people that end up popping up that are the frequent viewers, and those are the people... I'll enjoy everybody coming by, but those people there that just instantly come on the stream when they know that I've just started, it's really nice to know that there are people that love watching and interacting with me on the streams, and they wait for it when I tell them that the stream's going to be happening.
Are you at the point right now where when you post a video, you get a decent amount of comments on your video?
Actually, yeah, that Twinsanity review, while it's not as many views as I would like it to be, because again, that's kind of on me too, because I haven't shared as much as what I usually share my content on social media. But it's also due to the fact that, yeah, I got a ton of comments on there from a lot of different people that I've just met, and even people that have been on the channel for a while now. And it's a really good feeling to know that even though not all the views are always there, the fact that people are commenting on the videos and giving their thoughts on it, or trying to start a conversation, it's a good feeling knowing that there are people that are, they like the content that much that they're willing to comment something about it.
Yeah. I kind of feel like you might have the views on there. You go on there, you upload something, when you look at it an hour later and there's 5 or 6 views, I would feel more excited if I went on there an hour later and there was even just 2 views but 2 comments also. I would feel more excited about that than having 15, 20 views on that. I kind of just...
Exactly, Yeah, knowing that people are out there watching your stuff and letting you know what they think.
Yeah, that's pretty much why I started YouTube, was to connect with the outer world. And people don't really comment as much as I feel like they used to. Like, I feel like people used to give their opinion on every single video they watched. But nowadays, it's like people watch so many videos, they just watch them and then they get off the channel and go to the next video. There's not.
And that's a way for a lot of people. I think it's just part of the changing YouTube environment, to be honest.
Yeah. I try and comment on as many people's videos as I can, but that's just me. Because I know I like to see comments from people, so maybe they also like to see comments. Especially if they don't have any comments, I'll just put whatever I can think of at the moment, or something about their video that I liked. Like, just so they can have at least one comment. And maybe I'll start a trend, and I'll leave a comment, and the next couple of people who come on there will see that there's comments, and then they'll leave a comment.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's just that constant drive too. It helps you to go out and want to make content.
Yeah, it's the fact not only that people are watching, but people are caring about what they're watching that you're doing. And that's YouTube in a bag.
Yeah, that's pretty much YouTube in a nutshell.
Well, you chose a nutshell, I chose a bag, but I guess they're the same thing.
A bag of nutshells.
That seems like a lot of opinions, not just one. It's a whole bag of opinions. So, we are coming close to an hour. And
yeah.
And I don't think that we've gone as deep as we could have yet. So, at this moment in time, you're gonna tell us the first time you watched an ASMR video and how you felt about it.
ASMR. Okay, that's fine. Actually, the first time I ever watched an ASMR video was from a YouTuber on the site called Ricky, I think his new name now is Ricky Odriosa, or something like that. He was actually the first ASMR artist that I ever listened to, and I'm gonna be honest, while I'm not a hardcore fan of ASMR, I really enjoy listening to it, especially like at night before I go to bed. I don't fall asleep to it, I mean I almost did a couple times, but I enjoy listening to a lot of the different ASMR videos that certain creators that I'm into. Like there's two main ones that I'm into here on the site, but I like listening to their videos. I like listening to all the different like noises and stuff. It's soothing and peaceful in a way I've found. And while that might sound weird to a lot of people, it's really not when you take a step back and think about it, because it's that kind of content that just helps soothe people that might be going through a stressful time during the day. And the first time I listened to it, I actually really enjoyed listening to it, and I got the sensational tingles that they always try and make. I mean, not so much nowadays, but I still enjoy listening to them. And, that was basically my first time listening to them, and I just really enjoy it. It's actually not bad to listen to every now and then.
The first time I watched the ASMR video, it was these two twins, and they had a mannequin head in between both of them, and they put the microphone, like, inside the mannequin's head, in some weird way. So, like, you could hear, like, the microphone could hear through both ears, and they were, like, whispering in both ears, and, like, you can hear one of them on the left side of your head and the other one on the right side of your head. It was a really cool concept, and it was weird, and it was the first time I ever heard one, and I was like, this is kind of cool. But then I've seen some other ones where they just get, like, really weird. But that very first one with the two twin girls, and they were whispering in the ears, it was kind of like they were whispering in both of your ears. So that made it kind of cool.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's a decent amount of a lot of different ASMR artists out there.
Yeah.
To be honest.
There's also some very weird ones who just, like, rub the microphone on their face.
Oh yeah, there's some weird ones, but generally the ones that I've listened to and heard, none of them are really that weird, thankfully.
So, speaking of that, is ASMR, like, still a really big thing? Or is it dying down like most things?
I'm not gonna say that's the biggest thing on YouTube because it's not, but I can safely say this ASMR is still pretty dang popular, to be honest.
Yeah. Like, I don't hear about it as much as I used to, but every now and then I see it pop up in my feed of someone doing one.
Oh yeah, I mean, they're not like crazy popular like gaming videos and all the other video genres that keep coming out on YouTube. But I can say this, it's still around and it's still very, very popular here on the site.
Would you ever do an ASMR video, like an actual one? Not like a...
And actually, okay, because I mentioned to you that I did a skit one, and the one that I did was full of things that you shouldn't do for an ASMR video. Would I ever actually consider making an actual, like, serious one? I would, just to test out the video to see what everyone would think of it. Don't know if I would make it like a consistent thing on the channel, because I'm not an ASMR channel. But it might be something that I might experiment with just to, try once, maybe see how people would like my serious attempt at doing ASMR.
I feel like you'd have to be really comfortable to start doing an ASMR video. Like,
yeah, and you have to know exactly what you want to do.
Yeah. Pick the right thing. Don't just put your mouth on the microphone and make weird noises.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Alright, so after weird ASMR conversations, we're at our hour. So at this point of the podcast, we're gonna have you tell us all your social media and where we can find you.
Okay, I'll tell you guys this. The main social medias that you guys can find me on is obviously YouTube at DaBoss Official. As far as other social medias that you guys can follow me on, Twitter is not really one that I use, but you guys can follow me at my full name, RIANBITTNER. Same thing with my Instagram, it's under the same name, all lowercase, no spaces, RIANBITTNER. You guys can follow me there. And same thing on Facebook if you guys really want to. That's the full name, but with a space in between both of them. And other than that, that's pretty much all of my social medias that you guys can go and follow, check up on me with, and obviously, as you guys know already by now, YouTube.
Alright, I will put your link to your channel down in the description so everyone can find you very quickly and easy. And yeah, that'll be it for today. And if you end up live streaming tonight, I'll probably most likely be on there to check that out.
Alright. If I stream, it'll be in about half an hour after we're done with this. I'm going to go take a break after the stream and let my camera charge a bit more and get something to drink. But other than that, yeah, man, if I stream tonight, which I probably will, hope to see you there.
Alright, man, it was nice talking to you, and look forward to talking to you more in the future.
Alright, looking forward to talk to you again, too, man. Hopefully someday we can do some collabs or something. If you ever want me to be on your channel again, just hit me up.
Alright, I will do.
Alright.
Alright. And everyone, that is the end of the Spade Life podcast. Hope you enjoyed. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And like always, I will catch you all on the flip side, because I'm out.